Hey Dick here and Kayla, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your website. So you might be asking yourselves, why is this guy just showing me this stuff for free? Couldn't we just do it ourselves and take advantage of the extra business? And the answer is yeah, you absolutely can do that. But what I've found is that most small business owners don't have the time to worry about perfecting their website or showing up on Google searches. So if you do have the time, that's great. I encourage you to use what you learned in this video. But if you don't and you like what you see, then just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching and we can talk about the next steps. Okay, so I mentioned those 3 strategies, but before we get into that, I want to talk about the goal of those strategies. And that's going to be what's called buyer intent keywords. So that's basically a word or a phrase that someone is going to search when they want to purchase a service. So in the case of Beauty Mark Med Spa, that might be something like Botox San Diego, right? I know you guys do Botox injections, and it's very popular right now, especially in San Diego. But you could really run through this example with any of your services, but we'll go with Botox for now. So I went ahead and searched Botox San Diego in Google, and let's see what we find. So up top, we have these paid ads right here. You pay Google and they'll put you in one of these spots, but they only get about 1% of the website traffic. Next, we have the map section. We'll come back to that. And then right here, we have what's called the organic listings. And these, unlike the paid ads, are the websites that show up on Google without having to pay them anything. And these are what's going to get most of the clicks when people search on Google. So right here up top, we can see some of your competitors in San Diego, right? We have SD Botox, Grossmont Dermatology, La Jolla Cosmetic Laser Clinic, and if we scroll down, we can see if we can find the Beauty Mark. Okay, so that's the first page, and we didn't see you. So we'll just keep going and check the second page just in case. And that's the end of the second page. And we don't see the Beauty Mark Med Spa anywhere on there. So what that means is, for all the people searching for things like Botox San Diego, they're not going to click on your website, right? They're going to go to these websites of your competitors because they're on the first page of Google. So then you got to ask, well, how many people are searching for this stuff? Like, do I even care? And we can actually take a look at that. This is a tool I use called Ahrefs to get search engine data. And right here, we see that keyword, Botox San Diego. And we see that it gets 1,400 searches every single month. And as you go down this list, you see there's hundreds more for all these other keywords, right? San Diego Botox, 500. And just these first few, that's over 2,000 people in the San Diego area that are looking for one of your services every single month. But if you're not showing up in the search results for this stuff, then none of those people are going to find your website. So let's take a look and see if you do show up for any keywords. So I went ahead and searched the Beauty Mark Med Spa and Ahrefs, and we see that you're not showing up for any keywords right now. So let's take a look at that top competitor that we saw in that search earlier and see what they're showing up for. So you see they show up for a lot of keywords, and at the top of their list we have some of those buyer intent keywords that I talked about, right? There's that one, Botox San Diego, 1,400 searches, and they're in the top positions for all of these, like first or second link that shows up on Google here. And that means that they're going to be getting the vast majority of the website traffic that comes from these searches. And look, this is thousands of people searching for this stuff. So how can we start to do what they're doing and eventually beat them out for those top spots on Google? Well, that's going to come back to those 3 strategies that I mentioned at the start of the video. And the first of those is going to be the content on your website. Right, and by that I mean literally the words that show up on your homepage. And what Google wants to see is at least 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on the home page of your website. And it should be content that uses those targeted keywords we talked about. So let's take a look at the beautymarkmedspa.com and look at your content. So you actually do have a good amount of words on your website. That's great. You're probably around 500 to 600 words, I would guess. So it's a good start, but let's look at your competitor. So here's SD Botox, and they have a good amount here as well. Okay, so we'll get to the bottom, and they actually don't have too much content, right? So that's actually a good thing. That means that they're probably beating you out in some other category, but in terms of content, they're not going to be too difficult to beat, right? As long as we add that minimum of 1,500 words using those keywords properly, we'll start winning in the content department against your competitors. Okay, so let's move on to the second strategy, which is called backlinks. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. So what that does is it tells Google, number one, that you're a credible business, because if other websites, other businesses are talking about you, that gives them more trust that you are a legitimate company. And number two, it tells them what you're relevant to. So not all backlinks are created equal, right? You want to have backlinks that are where the website is relevant to what you do. So it's going to be much more powerful to have a backlink from a website that's talking about medical spas or Botox than it is to have one from, for example, a food blog. So we can see here that you have 6 backlinks. So it's great that you have a few to start, but let's look at your competitor again. And we see here that SD Botox has 580 backlinks, right? So right there you can see probably one of the main reasons they're beating you out for all these top search positions. And what we can do about that is we can actually go and look at these backlinks, and we can go to each and every one of these websites and get you a link from that site. And that way we'll be matching the strategy that they are using to get in all these top positions on these powerful keywords. And once we've done that, we'll just keep going, add 100, 200 more backlinks, so that we're not just matching their strategy, but we're blowing them out of the water. Okay, so that's backlinks. Let's move on to the third strategy, which is going to be the map pack. So I'm sure you've seen this before. You search for a service or a business, and this little map pops up, and then you have 3 featured businesses, which it looks like they're all SD Botox. So they're really going hard on their marketing right now. But these top 3 spots on the maps are going to be really important because they actually get about 30% of the clicks from searches like this. So how can you do that? Well, one strategy we like to use is called citations. And a citation is kind of like a backlink, except instead of linking to your website, it goes to your Google Maps listing. So we can do something very similar to what we did with the backlinks, right? We can see what SD Botox has and make sure we're matching their strategy. And then, of course, we'll go above and beyond, add 100 extra citations so we make sure we're beating them. And on top of that, we can go through your Google Maps listing or create one if you don't already have one, and make sure we're optimizing all the different fields that they let you fill out. And then we can also optimize your maps listing images, right, so that they are tagged with your location and point Google, to the right location for you. And that's something Google really likes to see. And then finally, we can help you to get more positive reviews and to respond to those reviews through your Google Maps listing. Okay, thanks so much for watching this video. Those are the 3 strategies I wanted to mention. Again, that's going to be the content on your homepage, right? 1,500 words using those buyer intent keywords. Number 2, it's going to be the backlinks, right? You already have a few to start, but we want to get you so that you're matching and eventually blowing out your competitors in terms of backlinks. And finally, we want to get you one of those top 3 spots on the Google Maps section so that you can take advantage of those extra clicks. Okay, thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and it was valuable to you. If it was, just give me a call or shoot me an email using the information here, and we can talk about the next steps. All right, thank you.